Ever wondered why some people sound so natural when they speak English? Like every sentence just flows smoothly? It's not about fancy grammar or a British accent. It's about idioms, those magical phrases that make your English sound alive. Welcome to the English Diary podcast, where we turn simple English learning into powerful life lessons. In today's series, English idioms you must know for fluency. We're going to explore those everyday expressions that make you sound like a native, not a textbook reader. So grab your cup of chai or coffee hot beverage, sit back, and let's dive into the world of idioms, step by step, with stories, meanings, and examples you'll never forget. Glowing star, what exactly is an idiom? Let's start simple. An idiom is a group of words that doesn't mean what it literally says. For example, if I say it's raining cats and dogs, it doesn't mean animals are falling from the sky dogfish. It just means it's raining heavily. Idioms are everywhere, in movies, songs, conversations, and even memes. When you use them naturally, you instantly sound more fluent, confident, and expressive. So, let's begin with some everyday idioms that you'll hear all the time. Speech balloon idioms for everyday life. 1. Break the ice. White right pointing backhand index meaning to start a conversation in a social situation. Example. At the new office, Ria told a funny story to break the ice. In simple words, ice todna in conversation to make everyone comfortable. 2. Once in a blue moon. White right pointing backhand index meaning something that happens very rarely. Example. I eat junk food only once in a blue moon. We use this when something is not a daily habit. कभी कभी ही होता है. 3. A piece of cake. White right pointing backhand index meaning something that's very easy to do. Example. The English test was a piece of cake for me. In Hindi style, बिल्कुल आसान था. 4. Under the weather. White right pointing backhand index meaning feeling a little sick or unwell. Example. I didn't go to work today because I was feeling under the weather. 5. Hit the sack. White right pointing backhand index meaning go to bed, sleep. Example. I'm so tired, I'm going to hit the sack. Simple, right? Next time you're sleepy, say this instead of I'm going to sleep. Why idioms matter for fluency? Fluency is not just about speed, it's about connection. When you use idioms, you sound more natural, like you understand how English really works in daily life. For example, imagine you say, I worked very hard and finally succeeded. It's fine. But if you say, I burned the midnight oil and finally, I made it, suddenly your sentence feels more powerful and expressive. That's the magic of idiom sparkles. Speaking head and silhouette idioms for work and study. Let's move to some idioms you can use in your school, college, or office conversations. 6. Burn the midnight oil. White right pointing backhand index meaning work late into the night. Example. Rohan burned the midnight oil to finish his project on time. So next time you study all night, you know what to say. 7. In the same boat. White right pointing backhand index meaning being in the same situation as someone else. Example. We are all in the same boat, preparing for exams. 8. Call it a day. White right pointing backhand index meaning stop working for now, take a break. Example. We've done enough coding today, let's call it a day. 9. Bite off more than you can chew. White right pointing backhand index meaning take on too much work or responsibility. Example. He joined 3 clubs at once. I think he's bitten off more than he can chew. ज़्यादा load ले लिया है. Smiling face with open mouth and cold sweat. 10. Back to the drawing board. White right pointing backhand index meaning start over again after failing. Example. The plan didn't work, so it's back to the drawing board. Speech balloon idioms for emotions and feelings. Let's explore how idioms make emotions more colorful. 11. On cloud 9. White right pointing backhand index meaning extremely happy. Example. She was on cloud 9 after getting her dream job. 12. Feeling blue. White right pointing backhand index meaning feeling sad. Example, he's been feeling blue since his pet passed away. 13. Over the moon. White right pointing backhand index meaning very, very happy, similar to on cloud 9. Example, I was over the moon when my channel hit 100k subscribers. 14. Get cold feet. White right pointing backhand index meaning suddenly feel nervous about something. Example, she got cold feet before her presentation. 15. Butterflies in my stomach. White right pointing backhand index meaning feeling nervous but excited. Example, I had butterflies in my stomach before my first date. We use this idiom when we feel both fear and excitement at the same time. Now, let's pause for a moment. We've covered idioms for daily life, work, and emotions. But idioms also make your storytelling stronger. They help you express experiences in a relatable way. So in the next part, we'll explore idioms related to success, failure, and motivation, phrases you can use to describe your journey, your struggles, and your victories. Because remember, learning idioms isn't just about speaking English. It's about expressing your real feelings in a natural way. Headphone, you're listening to the English Diary podcast, where every word brings you closer to fluency. Idioms about hard work and effort. 16. Go the extra mile. White right pointing backhand index meaning put in more effort than expected. Example, to impress his boss, Arjun always goes the extra mile. In Hindi style, thoda zyada mehnat karna, beyond what's required. When you say this, it shows you're someone who believes in quality and commitment. 17. Hit the nail on the head. White right pointing backhand index meaning describe exactly what's wrong or right. Example, when she said the project failed because of poor planning, she really hit the nail on the head. Basically, bilkul sahi point bola. 18. Cut corners. White right pointing backhand index meaning do something in a cheaper or easier way, often at the cost of quality. Example, they tried to cut corners while building the bridge and now it's unsafe. So remember, cutting corners might save time now, but cost you later. 19. By the book. White right pointing backhand index meaning do something strictly according to rules or law. Example, our manager does everything by the book. 20. The ball is in your court. White right pointing backhand index meaning it's your turn to take action. Example, I've done my part. Now the ball is in your court. A great idiom for decision-making moments. Idioms for success and achievement. 21. Hit the jackpot. White right pointing backhand index meaning achieve something big or unexpected. Example, after years of hard work, Priya hit the jackpot when her startup went viral. 22. The sky's the limit. White right pointing backhand index meaning there's no limit to what you can achieve. Example, once you master English fluency, the sky's the limit. 23. Make ends meet. White right pointing backhand index meaning earn just enough money to survive. Example, when I started freelancing, I struggled to make ends meet. This idiom shows the real struggle behind success, because every journey starts small. 24. Throw in the towel. White right pointing backhand index meaning to give up or accept defeat. Example, even after failing twice, she didn't throw in the towel. From boxing, when fighters literally throw a towel to stop the fight. 25. Pull out all the stops. White right pointing backhand index meaning do everything possible to achieve something. Example, the team pulled out all the stops to make the event a success. Speech balloon life and learning idioms. Success isn't always about winning. Sometimes it's about learning and adapting. Let's see some idioms that describe that mindset. 26. Learn the ropes. White right pointing backhand index meaning learn how to do something properly. Example, it took me a few weeks to learn the ropes at my new job. 27. Bend over backwards. White right pointing backhand index meaning try very hard to help someone. Example, The teacher bent over backwards to make English fun for the students. 28. Practice makes perfect. White right pointing backhand index meaning, keep practicing to get better. Example, don't worry if you make mistakes. Practice makes perfect. हमेशा याद रखो, improvement time लेता है. 29. Actions speak louder than words. White right pointing backhand index meaning, what you do is more important than what you say. Example, he promised to help, but didn't show up. Actions speak louder than words. 30. Rome wasn't built in a day. White right pointing backhand index meaning, great things take time. Example, fluency takes patience. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Trophy motivational idioms for growth mindset. Now let's talk about mindset, the power of not giving up. 31. Every cloud has a silver lining. White right pointing backhand index meaning, there's something good in every bad situation. Example, losing that job was tough, but it helped me start my dream business. Every cloud has a silver lining. 32. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. White right pointing backhand index meaning, strong people don't quit when things get hard. Example, during exam season, remember, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. 33. A blessing in disguise. White right pointing backhand index meaning, something that seems bad at first but turns out good. Example, missing that flight was a blessing in disguise. The next one was cheaper. 34. Beat around the bush. White right pointing backhand index meaning, avoid talking about the main point. Example, stop beating around the bush and tell me what really happened. 35. Keep your chin up. White right pointing backhand index meaning, stay positive even when things go wrong. Example, you didn't win this time, but keep your chin up, next time will be better. Speaking head in silhouette real life flow example. Imagine this mini story, white down pointing backhand index. When my YouTube channel didn't grow, I felt like throwing in the towel. But then I reminded myself, Rome wasn't built in a day. I went the extra mile, pulled out all the stops, and finally, I hit the jackpot. Now I know, every cloud has a silver lining. See how natural that sounds? It's full of idioms, but still feels like a conversation. That's what makes you fluent, not robotic English, but emotional English. Thought balloon quick recap. So far, we've learned idioms for hard work and effort, success and achievement, motivation and mindset. You've already got 35 idioms in your mind, and each one adds a new color to your English. But fluency isn't only about success stories, it's also about how you handle mistakes, surprises, and tricky situations. And that's what we'll explore next. And the last part, we learned how idioms can make you sound confident when talking about success, failure, and motivation. Now it's time to make your conversation shine. Because fluency isn't just about vocabulary. It's about connection. And nothing connects better than idioms that express how we feel about people, friendships, and communication. So grab your headphones, relax, and let's dive into the world of relationship idioms, the ones that make your English feel warm, emotional, and human. Speech balloon idioms about communication. 36. Speak of the devil. White right pointing backhand index meaning, when you're talking about someone and that person suddenly appears. Example, we were just talking about Sam. Speak of the devil, there he is. In Hindi style, बस उसी का नाम लिया और वो आ गया. 37. Get straight to the point. White right pointing backhand index meaning, talk directly without wasting time. Example, let's get straight to the point. What do you really want? 38. Spill the beans. White right pointing backhand index meaning, reveal a secret accidentally. Example, Ritu spilled the beans about the surprise party. It's fun, expressive, and super common in friendly talk. 39. In the same wavelength. White right pointing backhand index meaning, to share similar thoughts or ideas with someone. Example, I love working with her. We're always on the same wavelength. 40. Talk the talk. Walk the walk. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Don't just speak big things, act on them. Example. He doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. Idioms about friendship. Friendship is full of emotions, care, trust, and sometimes a little drama, smiling face with open mouth and cold sweat. Let's see how idioms bring that out beautifully. 41. A shoulder to cry on. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Someone who listens and supports you when you're sad. Example. After her breakup, her best friend was a shoulder to cry on. 42. Thick as thieves. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Very close friends who share secrets. Example. Those two are thick as thieves, always together, always laughing. 43. See eye to eye. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Agree or understand each other perfectly. Example. We don't always see eye to eye, but we respect each other. 44. Get along like a house on fire. White right pointing backhand index meaning. To become good friends quickly. Example. They met at the gym and got along like a house on fire. 45. Bury the hatchet. White right pointing backhand index meaning. End an argument and become friends again. Example. After years of not talking, they finally buried the hatchet. Heavy black heart idioms for love and relationships. Now let's talk about love, because love idioms are some of the most expressive ones in English. 46. Head over heels. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Deeply in love. Example. He fell head over heels for her the moment they met. 47. Pop the question. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Propose marriage. Example. After 5 years of dating, he finally popped the question. 48. Love at first sight. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Fall in love the moment you meet someone. Example. For them, it was love at first sight. 49. Match made in heaven. White right pointing backhand index meaning. A perfect couple. Example. They're a match made in heaven, so compatible. 50. On the rocks. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Relationship in trouble. Example. Their marriage is on the rocks after constant fights. Thought balloon idioms about arguments and misunderstandings. Because let's be real, relationships aren't always smooth. Sometimes, we need idioms to describe conflict too. 51. At odds with. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Disagree or have conflict with someone. Example. She's at odds with her colleague about the project. 52. Clear the air. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Remove tension by discussing problems. Example. After the fight, they sat down to clear the air. 53. Get something off your chest. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Talk about something that's been bothering you. Example. I felt better after getting it off my chest. 54. The last straw. White right pointing backhand index meaning. The final problem that makes you lose patience. Example. When he missed her birthday, that was the last straw. 55. Add fuel to the fire. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Make a bad situation worse. Example. Instead of calming her down, his jokes just added fuel to the fire. Speaking head and silhouette idioms for teamwork and social connections. In today's world, school, work, friendships, teamwork is everywhere. Let's look at idioms that help you sound natural when talking about people working together. 56. Give someone the benefit of the doubt. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Trust someone even if you're not sure. Example. He was late, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. 57. Play it by ear. White right pointing backhand index meaning. To go with the flow, not plan too much. Example. Let's not fix the plan now, we'll play it by ear. 58. On the same page. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Agree on something or have the same understanding. Example. Before starting the project, let's make sure we are all on the same page. 59. The more the merrier. White right pointing backhand index meaning. The more people, the better the fun. Example. You can invite your friends too. The more, the merrier. 60. Put yourself in someone's shoes. White right pointing backhand index meaning, imagine how someone else feels. Example. Before judging him, put yourself in his shoes. Real life conversation example. Let's create a quick story using these idioms white down pointing backhand index. When I met Sarah, we got along like a house on fire. We were thick as thieves, always chatting. But after misunderstanding, things went downhill. Our friendship was on the rocks. One day, I decided to clear the air. We talked openly, got everything off our chests, and finally buried the hatchet. Now, we're on the same page again. And honestly, it feels amazing to have her back. See how natural that sounds? Using idioms makes your storytelling emotionally rich and listener-friendly. Speech balloon quick recap. In this part, you learned idioms for talking and communication, speaking head in silhouette, friendship and bonding, love and relationships, heavy black heart, arguments and teamwork handshake. You've now learned 60 idioms in total, each one with real-life examples that you can start using right away. But wait, we're not done yet, because idioms also help you express surprises, risks, and life twists, situations where emotions run high, and English gets expressive. Now it's time to move into another exciting part of your fluency journey. Idioms that describe surprises, challenges, risks, and emotional ups and downs. Because let's be honest, life is full of twists and turns, and English has the perfect idioms to describe every single one of them. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore some truly powerful phrases that'll make your English storytelling shine. Glowing star. Astonished face idioms for surprises and unexpected events. 61. Out of the blue. White right pointing backhand index meaning, something that happens suddenly or unexpectedly. Example. Out of the blue, I got a call from my childhood friend. In Hindi style, बिल्कुल अचानक से, बिना warning के. 62. A bolt from the blue. White right pointing backhand index meaning, a sudden and shocking event. Example. Losing his job was a bolt from the blue for him. 63. Take someone by surprise. White right pointing backhand index meaning, to surprise someone completely. Example. Her sudden decision to move abroad took everyone by surprise. 64. Jump out of your skin. White right pointing backhand index meaning, get extremely scared or surprised. Example. When the balloon popped, I almost jumped out of my skin. 65. Knock your socks off. White right pointing backhand index meaning, to amaze or impress someone greatly. Example. The performance was so good, it knocked everyone's socks off. Flexed biceps idioms about facing challenges. 66. Bite the bullet. White right pointing backhand index meaning, to face something difficult with courage. Example. I was nervous about public speaking, but I bit the bullet and did it. Hindi style. हिम्मत करके काम कर लेना, चाहे मुश्किल हो. 67. Weather the storm. White right pointing backhand index meaning, survive a difficult situation. Example. The company weathered the storm during the economic crisis. 68. Throw in the towel. Yes, we saw this earlier. It fits here too. White right pointing backhand index meaning, give up or accept defeat. Example. Even after 3 failures, she didn't throw in the towel. 69. Up in the air. White right pointing backhand index meaning, uncertain or undecided. Example. Our vacation plans are still up in the air. 70. At the end of the rope. White right pointing backhand index meaning, running out of patience or energy. Example. After so many rejections, he was at the end of his rope. Thought balloon idioms for taking risks and opportunities. 71. Go out on a limb. White right pointing backhand index meaning, take a risk to support someone or something. Example. She went out on a limb to recommend me for that job. 72. Jump on the bandwagon. White right pointing backhand index meaning, join a popular trend or activity. Example. Everyone's investing in AI. People just love to jump on the bandwagon. 73. Take the plunge. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Decide to do something risky or bold. Example. After thinking for months, I finally took the plunge and started my podcast. 74. Go against the grain. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Do something different from what most people do. Example. His ideas often go against the grain, but they're creative. 75. Cross that bridge when you come to it. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Don't worry about a problem until it happens. Example. We don't know if it'll rain, so let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Relieved fizz idioms for dealing with emotions. 76. Keep your cool. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Stay calm in a stressful situation. Example. Even when everyone was panicking, she kept her cool. 77. Go bananas. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Become very excited or angry. Example. The fans went bananas when their team won the match. 78. Cry over spilled milk. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Be upset about something that can't be changed. Example. It's okay you lost. Don't cry over spilled milk. 79. Hit the roof. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Become very angry suddenly. Example. Dad hit the roof when I broke his favorite mug. 80. Keep something at bay. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Prevent something unpleasant from happening. Example. Meditation helps me keep stress at bay. Idioms for learning from life. Now, let's look at idioms that describe wisdom and growth, because English isn't just about grammar, it's about expressing experience. 81. Learn the hard way. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Learn something through experience or mistakes. Example. I learned the hard way that time management is important. 82. A blessing in disguise. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Something bad that turns out good. Example. Failing that interview was a blessing in disguise. I got a better job later. 83. Burn your bridges. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Destroy relationships or opportunities permanently. Example. Don't burn your bridges. You might need help from them later. 84. Let the cat out of the bag. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Reveal a secret. Example. He let the cat out of the bag about the new product launch. 85. Take it with a grain of salt. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Don't take something too seriously. Example. He exaggerates a lot. Take his stories with a grain of salt. Headphone real life flow example. Let's make this real. When my company shut down, it was like a bolt from the blue. At first, I felt lost, but I decided to bite the bullet. I took the plunge and started freelancing. It wasn't easy, but slowly I learned the ropes. I kept my cool, weathered the storm, and now I realize that loss was actually a blessing in disguise. That's how idioms turn simple storytelling into emotional, expressive English. Rainbow. Speech balloon quick recap. So far, in this part, we've explored idioms about surprises, astonished fizz, challenges, flexed biceps, risks, direct hit, emotions, relieved fizz, life lessons, seedling. You've now learned 85 idioms, and you're speaking the kind of English that connects emotionally with people, not just grammatically. But wait, we still have one last, exciting part left. Because in our final section, we'll explore idioms for daily use, humor, and modern life. The kind of phrases that make your English sound alive in casual conversations, social media, and real-life chats. So far, you've learned 85 idioms, from emotions and success to relationships and challenges. Now, in our final part, we'll focus on modern and daily life idioms, the kind that native speakers drop casually in conversations, movies, and even Instagram captions. These idioms are short, catchy, and perfect for real-world use. Let's dive right in. White down pointing backhand index. Smiling fist with sunglasses, modern and trendy idioms for daily talk. 86. Hang in there. White right pointing backhand index meaning, don't give up, stay strong. Example, hang in there, things will get better soon. Hindi style, थोड़ा सब्र रखो, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. 87. Break a leg. White right pointing backhand index meaning, good luck. Example, you have an audition tomorrow, break a leg. Fun fact, it's used before performances, not literal at all. Smiling face with open mouth and smiling guys. 88. Hit the nail on the head. White right pointing backhand index meaning, say exactly the right thing. Example, when you said confidence matters more than grammar, you hit the nail on the head. 89. Let's call it a day. White right pointing backhand index meaning, stop working for now. Example, it's 10 p.m., let's call it a day. 90. In hot water. White right pointing backhand index meaning, in trouble. Example, he forgot the meeting and now he's in hot water with the boss. Face with tears of joy funny and casual idioms for everyday fun. 91. Hit the books. White right pointing backhand index meaning, start studying seriously. Example, exams are near, time to hit the books. 92. Couch potato. White right pointing backhand index meaning, someone who spends too much time watching TV or doing nothing. Example, stop being a couch potato and go for a walk. 93. Under your nose. White right pointing backhand index meaning, something obvious but not noticed. Example, the keys were right under my nose the whole time. 94. Piece of cake. White right pointing backhand index meaning, very easy. Example, for her, public speaking is a piece of cake. 95. Hit the road. White right pointing backhand index meaning, start a journey or leave. Example, pack your bags, it's time to hit the road. Smart idioms for conversations and thinking. 96. Food for thought. White right pointing backhand index meaning, something that makes you think deeply. Example, her words about self-discipline were real food for thought. 97. Bite your tongue. White right pointing backhand index meaning, stop yourself from saying something. Example, I wanted to argue, but I bit my tongue. 98. Read between the lines. White right pointing backhand index meaning, understand hidden meaning. Example, she said she's fine, but read between the lines, she's upset. 99. Hit the jackpot. White right pointing backhand index meaning, get something unexpectedly great. Example, when my video went viral, I hit the jackpot. 100. The ball is in your court. White right pointing backhand index meaning, now it's your turn to act. Example, I've told you everything. The ball is in your court. House with garden idioms for daily life and habits. 101. Back to square one. White right pointing backhand index meaning, start over again. Example, the plan failed, so we are back to square one. 102. Call it quits. White right pointing backhand index meaning, stop doing something permanently. Example, they called it quits after 5 years of business. 103. Cut to the chase. White right pointing backhand index meaning, get to the main point quickly. Example, let's cut to the chase. What's your final offer? 104. On thin ice. White right pointing backhand index meaning, in a risky or uncertain situation. Example, he's on thin ice after missing deadlines. 105. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. White right pointing backhand index meaning, go from one bad situation to an even worse one. Example, he quit his job for peace, but now he's in a more stressful one. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Speech balloon idioms for expressing feelings and fun reactions. 106. Cost an arm and a leg. White right pointing backhand index meaning, very expensive. Example, that phone costs an arm and a leg. 107. Hit the jackpot. White right pointing backhand index meaning, win or succeed big time. Example, when my channel got monetized, I hit the jackpot. 108. In the blink of an eye. White right pointing backhand index meaning, very quickly. Example, the show was over in the blink of an eye. 109. Keep an eye on. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Watch carefully. Example. Keep an eye on your bag in the metro. 110. Once in a blue moon. White right pointing backhand index meaning. Very rarely. Example. I eat pizza once in a blue moon. Speaking head in silhouette mini story. How idioms create real conversations. Last week was crazy. My boss was on my back, deadlines were tight, and I was clearly on thin ice. But I decided to bite the bullet and hit the books to finish my certification. Out of the blue, I got a promotion. It was pure food for thought. Sometimes you just need to hang in there. Life changes in the blink of an eye. See how easy and natural that sounds? That's what idioms do. They turn plain English into expressive, story-driven language. Quick recap of the entire series. Let's take a moment to appreciate how far you've come clapping hand sign. Across these 5 parts, you've learned idioms about daily life and emotions, break the ice, under the weather, success and motivation, go the extra mile, burn the midnight oil, friendship and love, see eye to eye, head over heels, challenges and surprises, bite the bullet, out of the blue, modern and fun talk, couch potato, cut to the chase, hit the road. That's 110 idioms, all practical, natural, and ready to use in conversation, writing, or storytelling. Glowing star how to remember idioms easily. Here are a few pro tips. Learn in context. Don't just memorize, use them in sentences about your life. Headphone listen and repeat. Use podcasts, like this one Winking Fizz, to hear idioms naturally. Make mini stories. Link idioms with emotions. Your brain remembers feelings better than rules. Writing hand practice daily. Write a small journal using to idioms every day. Remember, fluency isn't about big words. It's about natural rhythm. Speech balloon a final thought. English isn't just a language. It's a feeling. Every idiom you use brings personality, confidence, and connection into your speech. You don't have to speak like a native, just speak like you, but with more color, more rhythm, and more emotion. So the next time you talk, throw in an idiom or two. It'll make your English sound effortless, like music, not a rule book. And that brings us to the end of our 5-part journey, English idioms you must know for fluency. I hope you not only learned new phrases, but also felt inspired to make English a part of your personality. If you enjoyed this series, follow the English Diary podcast for more episodes on speaking skills, confidence, and storytelling in English. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Flexed biceps. This is the English Diary podcast. Signing off. Stay fluent, stay fearless, and I'll see you in the next video. Microphone sparkles.